I have enough respect for Elon that he gave me Twitter that even if he said something I disagree with, no matter what it is, I'm not going to sit there. Even if I may at most respectfully disagree. Maybe I was raised in a different generation where you show respect to people who do nice things for you. Maybe I'm crazy. But I'm not going to sit there and go, you fuck you, Elon, you fuck you. And I see people talking to Elon this way, and I'm like, he must hate everyone.
He bought an entire company
to let us talk, and everyone's a dickhead. And you probably get it too. You make the podcast, someone's like, oh, that was shit. That was a sellout. Oh, your pods used to be good. Blah, 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 blah. And you're just like, what the fuck? And then you wonder why the people at the top go, you know what we should do? We should just lock them all in their houses and make them wear masks so they can't talk anymore. How about we just take all their freedom away? Because they fucking suck. I should fly to Davos on my jet and just say, guys, you were right. Guys, I'm sorry. I tried to free the slaves. My stupid ass got rich and walked into the slave compound and looked at all the slaves locked in their cell and said to the slave owners, dude, guys, you can't. This is inhumane. Don't do this. Let me go tell the slaves how to escape. Guys, if I tell you how to get out the cage, they're going to kill me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you where the key is. You're a sellout. I'm not a sellout. I'm not inside the cage with you. I'm the only one over here trying to help you get out. I'm telling you where the key is. You're a fucking sellout, fucking Jew. Guys, you were right. You're right. Just keep them in the cage then. Just keep them there. They're fucking retards. I totally get it. I should go have some wine and a nice scrumptious dinner with the other world leaders. I should go to Davos and say, hi, Klaus. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. Don't escape the Matrix. Let them stay in it. I'm out. Leave them there. People fucking blow, bro. And the remarkable thing about it is, it's almost self-fulfilling. This is what's so beautiful about it. The people who suck are trapped because they suck. Because the people who have enough respect for someone like Elon, like me, the people who have my normal mentality of, he helped me, show him respect. I promised him something, stick to my word. Let me analyze the situation, make the smart move. Like being the right, good person. All of those qualities are how you get out. I think that most people are exactly where they belong. I think that there is a strange cosmic justice in the universe, and all of the people who suck are trapped because they suck, and the people who escaped because they don't suck. Do you understand? It's almost like you have, this is an easy concept to understand when it comes to your physical body. You have the physical body you want, because if you wanted to be bigger, you'd train harder. I've never seen anybody train in the gym every single day as hard as possible, eat right, and not get bigger. We're humans. It's like gravity. It has to happen. So why aren't you bigger? Because you don't train the gym, you don't eat right. Why? Because you don't want it enough. That's it. You have the body that you want. You may sit and go, I'd like another body. Like and want are different things. If you really wanted it, you go get it. And you have the life you want. And you have the friends you want. You have the alliances you want. Morpheus says most minds are not ready to be freed, and they're going to fight to die and protect the system. I understood that part already, but I truthfully believed if we could free enough minds, we could build a better place for everybody. But I think a lot of people actually are happier in and of themselves and exist better where they are. That's why the system is what it is. Because if they wanted to escape, just like if you wanted to be stronger or you wanted to be richer, if you wanted to escape, you would have escaped. People at home think they're so smart. I've worked it out. And they're in a brand new jail. Of, the Jews are stopping me, so my life sucks. So your life sucked before, you didn't know why. Now your life sucks and you think you know why, but your life still sucks. And they've just moved. They've just painted the walls of their jail cell. And they're sitting there in jail. And it's just like, they're beyond help. Like, how much trouble am I supposed to get in? And you're right. Why do I still feel like I need to help people? Quite recently, I'm starting to realize that if I open the gates on every single jail cell, by the time I've taken a piss and come back, they're going to be back in jail. they're going to put themselves back in jail. And they're going to paint the walls of their jail. And they're going to say, I'm not in jail anymore. My wall used to be pink. So you're in the same cell. But my wall's blue. And all you can do is close the door and leave them there. People are going to re-trap themselves. We had this mass awakening of consciousness, perpetuated heavily also by Nick. And everyone's just jumped into another cell. And everyone's not sitting there going, they're trying to make me feel a certain way. They're trying to do this to me, so I'm going to resist those things. They want me weak, so I'll get strong. They want me poor, so I'll get rich. They want me afraid, so I won't be. They want to convince my woman not to love me, so I'm going to make my woman love me and have a happy marriage and have a bunch of children. Instead, they go, oh, they want to do all this. It's them, and it's working. And they just sit there. Instead of giving their energy to winning. Instead of giving their energy to beating the psyops. Instead of giving their energy to being above the psyops. I really think if I continue to try and free minds, everyone's just going to put themselves back in jail. So what's the point in me eating a bullet? Maybe I had too much faith in humanity, Jack, before I started all this mission. Maybe I actually thought that if I show the light, that things would be different. And I wouldn't say I totally made a mistake, because the Overton window has certainly shifted. I think the world is a better place than it was when I first started speaking up. I don't think they'd get away with COVID again, for example. I think if they tried COVID again, people are too awake for that now. But it is disheartening to see that a large subsect of the population are always going to be a prisoner to something. I'll ask you a question. Are the people in charge of the world idiots? If the answer to that is no, my next question is, are the people who are in charge of the world pretty good at convincing all of the world's best talent to join them? I mean, considering they can shoot you in the fucking face. The answer is yes. So the best people on the planet do what? They rule the world. Here we are now, and you scroll Twitter. Does it even look real? Think about it. Like, that's not real. This is not real. None of this is real. These aren't people. This is not real. I'm sitting there. I'm like, this is not real. This is a psyop.
You have to view it as though this thing is actively trying to manipulate me.
A machine has analyzed I'll talk about from personal experience. A machine, and perhaps because I'm so important, some high-level psychologists have analyzed my page and done a profile on me specifically, and they have gone to an algorithm and specifically trained bots to make me believe things that they want me to believe. My feed and my experience is all completely aimed at me, and it's the same for everyone. It's everything. It's the things you see. It's the comments that are sent at you. It's the pictures you see. They know what you click on. That all of it is designed. It's a fucking psyop. You're alone in a desert surrounded by machines. Because that's how the elites have regained control. And now they don't seem to be panicking anymore. Like, they're not really worried. Everyone's awake and aware to what's really going on. Everyone's awake and aware to how the government is corrupted. Everyone understands their money's being stolen. Everyone understands they've been lied to for every single war. Everybody knows COVID was a scam. Everybody knows their taxes are a scam. Everybody knows everything, but nothing happens because they're subdued by the algorithm. A smart man I once knew said the psyop is convincing you to talk about the psyop. So we have people who understand the whole world's fucked up, and instead of doing something about it, instead of improving their own life, instead of going out there and doing something good, they're sitting online typing about anti-Semitism. And they think they've escaped the jail. Why? Because their whole feed is what? Anti-Semitism. And they want to join in. And they think they're fucking smart now, and they've worked it all out. It's a fucking trick. They have decided we can no longer hide the truth from the population. So instead, we're going to manipulate them with this very careful, selective outrage, false accounts, false version of reality, where that although they know everything, they stay subdued and they continue to do what? Because you know what all of these people who know the truth about everything still do? Work and pay taxes. I know the world's a scam, and I'm sick of those fucking Jews. You know what? COVID was a scam and the elections are rigged. Here, IRS. Those Somalians stole all my tax money. Here, IRS. What the fuck? If everybody is aware that the world is a scam, why is the world not on fire? Everybody is being subdued by these algorithms. Everybody is a fucking digital eunuch. They're sitting there with their balls cut off. The most revolutionary man you can find and you can name spends most of his time scrolling, bro. Oh, yeah, I'm a freedom fighter. Da, 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 da. Watch him get bored for 5 minutes. What's he going to do? Scroll TikTok or play a video game. Genuinely, you could name anyone now who tells the truth, and I guarantee he spends most of his time playing video games. But most people on the planet don't have any comprehension of exactly how evil and how conniving and how intelligent the people who are running this fucking show are. They make you give them half your money that you worked for, and they publicly waste it in front of your fucking face, and you still give it to them. You're calling them dumb? They tell you what fucking speed to drive out on the road. They tell you where you can and can't fucking live. You buy a house and you try and put up a shed. They come in and say, no, zoning laws. I bought this house. Ain't really yours. Property taxes, please. So what happens if I don't pay my taxes? We take it, but I bought it. Fuck you. Give me. Everyone's a fucking slave to these people. You think they're fucking dumb? And everyone's sitting around at home going, the leaders of the world are stupid. Look at him. He's an idiot. He runs your fucking life. If this was live and I was saying what I'm saying, I would already be in trouble. But I know what my limit is. And I believe for anyone at home with half a brain, they understand that I don't have to show you where to piss. I can just point to where the toilet is. You know, that's my job. Keeps me alive. You know, I grew up with nothing. I grew up in Gary, Indiana, which is a shithole. And then I moved to Luton, England, which is a shithole. I lived with my mom by herself, and I grew up amongst crime. And my friends were murdered. And guy tried to kill me when I was 21. That's why this finger was nearly cut off by a knife, and it's sewed back on. And I became a fighter, and I was selling drugs to pay the rent. And I've been through all this shit. And I imagined if I just get out of the ghetto that the world's a better place. But the world at the top is exactly the same as the world at the bottom. If you're in the middle, you live in this comfortable dream. You live in this illusion where the law is real and the police want to help people. And if there's a fire, I call the fireman. And if I'm sick, I go to the doctor. Doop, doop, doop. But if you're on either end of the extreme, if you're at the bottom, you understand how conniving and underhanded and sneaky and dangerous the world really is. And when you get to the top, it's exactly the fucking same. Countries and politics are the same as fucking drug gangs and street corners, bro. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. How they convince someone in the middle to continue to be a good slave in the middle is different than how they convince someone at the top to continue to be a good slave at the top. I think it's slightly different lies, yes. But to a degree, it's all divide and conquer. To a degree. I'd say in the middle, they try very hard to make the Republicans hate the Democrats, the whites hate the blacks. They push feminism so that men and women hate each other. They try very hard to create divide. And at the top, they unify you in elitism and create the divide between you and everyone below you. Come stay over here. They're all peasants. There is none of these divides at the top. This is the thing that people don't understand. When I was talking earlier about anti-Semitism, if a Saudi billionaire parks his yacht next to an Israeli billionaire, there's no discussion of anti-Semitism. There's no problem with Palestine. They're both billionaires. This is why there's no war between those countries. There's platitudes on the TV. This is bad. But when they all meet, it's fine. Because it's them. And when a black billionaire meets a white billionaire, there's no racism. Because they're both billionaires. It is competing factions, but it's competing factions in a very amicable, it's just business way. But there's no genuine beef between these people at the top. Without trying to sound juvenile or try to sound shallow or empty, I know this is going to sound crazy. By the time I've thought about all I need to think about, by the time I've avoided all the traps, by the time I've got done what I need to get done, I'm not happy or sad. I am busy. Like, are you happy or sad right now? You're doing a podcast. I'm busy. I'm busy. I don't know how else to explain it. I'm busy. How do you feel? I don't know. I'm busy. Me and my security, all our heads are on a swivel quickly in the car, next place to I'm busy. That's the only way I can explain it. So, spiritually, I think I feel needed. And I think as long as a man feels needed, he's going to find what he needs to provide. Men need to feel needed. We want to feel wanted. We want women to want us. We want people to look up to us. We want to feel respected. We want people to know that we're providing for them, and we want to feel like they appreciate it. And I'm lucky enough to have a big enough life where hundreds of people need me. And that's enough to keep me trying. And between the mentality that I've adopted that it's not actually my job here on earth to be content or happy, as I've talked about many times before, a man's job is not to be happy. People say, how do you get happy as a man? And I say, you're not supposed to be happy. You're supposed to be useful and capable and get things done. Perhaps my usefulness and capability is being used for what God put me here for. And I'm doing it, and I suffer to do it, but that's life. I'm really not concerned with how I feel too much. I just want to stay capable. I'm not concerned with the fact that I might be paranoid because I don't want to feel paranoid. I don't care about the feeling. I just don't want to lose my ability to be competent and decipher reality in real time. I don't want to lose my edge. I want to stay able to do what I know I can do. I don't want to lose my capability more than I'm worried about how I feel.